Welcome back guys, this is Benito and this is tutorial number 7. In this tutorial I'll show you how to use the knob component in MATLAB AppDesigner. So let's open up MATLAB AppDesigner. Okay, so here we have a clean panel. So let's add this knob. I'll show you how to use this one as well. It's almost the same. So we'll drag this in. And what we will do is use a numeric field. So when you change the value, when you just change the dial on this, the value should be shown here. So we'll just get rid of this label, delete, and then we'll just have the knob and the edit field. So we'll go ahead, just like normal, we'll create a callback. So you have two options here. We have a add value changed function callback and changing function. So I'll explain the difference between these two later on. So the first we'll just go with the changed. So this again is similar to all the previous tutorials. We have a predefined function, predefined line of code that MATLAB gives us, which is value equals app.knob.value. So we know the value is defined as value. Okay, so we'll say a simple line of code. So we want this value to be displayed in this edit field. So we'll say app.editField.value. We have to remember it's a capital V equals value. So it's as simple as this. So if we try to run this now, okay, now if we change the value here, we get 24.06. Now you might notice that when I'm dragging this around, the value is actually not changing. It only changes when I let go. So you might have already guessed the other callback. So if we go to add value changing function callback, this will then, and we'll copy the same line of code, paste it in, and this time the changing value is defined as event.value. So that's the difference between the static value and the changing value. So MATLAB gives us that already, and we can simply use the variable which is changing value. So we'll say the value in this edit field is equal to changing value. So if we run this now, and we try and move it, you can see the value is changing. That's pretty neat. Okay, now let's try the discrete knob. So we'll move this to one side and drop in the discrete knob, and we'll add in a text field this time, because we have strings, because we have text of low, medium and high. So also if you click on this, you can add more. You can add more just simply by clicking on this, or you can get rid of the existing ones. So that's quite easy. Similar to this one, if we want to display the value of the knob in this text edit field, then we have to create a callback. So we've only got one option this time because it's all discrete. So add value change function callback will create a callback. This time what we have to do is similar to what we saw in the previous tutorials. Because it's a text that we're trying to display, we need to compare the string. So we'll do this by using a if statement. So if strcmp, just like last time, and then we're comparing two strings. So if the value of the knob, which is defined here, is equal to, so we've got off, low, medium and high. So we'll say if that's equal to low, you have to make sure that it's you're using the right letter. So if it's a capital O, then you have to define a capital O. I just realized it should be off. So off. then we'll say app dot, this is edit field 2, so edit field 2 dot value equals off, and then we'll say else if, copy the same thing in MATLAB we don't have a space between the else and the if, so we'll copy this in and we'll say if the value is equal to low, then we'll display low. We'll add in another else if, and say if it's equal to medium, we'll display medium. And we've only got one left, so we'll just simply say else. If it's any other values, then we'll show high. And since there's only one other option, then it's absolutely fine to use this. So we'll run this. So let's try switching to low, and there you go, low is displayed, medium, high, off, and there you go, that's easy. So, and this is a changing value, and this is a high, medium, low, off. And just bear in mind, if you've defined a changing value callback function, then that will take priority over the discrete. But if you just click somewhere, then it should just show you that particular value. So that's the end of this tutorial, guys. Hope you guys learned something new. I'll see you in the next one.